Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to the Journey podcast. Right, so the Journey podcast is a podcast that gives men an opportunity to, express some of the things that society have actually caged the male child, even from a child. There are some societal beliefs, there are some things that the society, let me say, some pressure that society have placed on the male child. And majority of us while growing up, we grow up with this trauma, let me put it that way. With this trauma, you have been told not to be vulnerable, you have been told to be a man, you have been told just be a man, just be there. Right? This is a safe space where we come out, we talk from the perspective of the man. What is going on in my head? What is going on in my head? What am I thinking? How am I thinking about it? And welcome to the maiden edition of the podcast, The Journey. Yes, this is our maiden edition, and I hope that we learn one or two things. The goal is that at large, the society embraces the male child emotions as well. We are able to freely express the emotions and be well guided to make good decisions. And today, I have with me a seasoned educator. He's doing well for himself. He has access to hundreds and thousands of children, and part of those people, they are male children there. And so we're looking at how the society can change, from not just being a man, but also from being a boy, how the society can actually change, and then we begin to have men who are able to make good decisions that affect their family and the society at large. Welcome to the show with me, Mr. Adesoya Akapo.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir.
It's a privilege to be on here. I understand that this is maiden edition.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm really honored as to be your first guest on
You're
this
welcome,
podcast.
sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. So before we actually go into the show info, I want you to just walk us through how many children do you meet, and what percentage are male children, and how do you think they are able to express their emotions? How do you think they are able to express their emotions? The male child, the female child. What do you think is the kind of the ratio of how they are able to express their emotions? And bear it in mind, this is not, and also for our viewers, this is not a boy versus girl, man versus woman. It's not a competition. It's just to create a safe space for men to be able to freely express what they also feel, rather than being compressed or pressured inside. So, on an average, I know you meet a lot of children, you meet a whole lot. So when you meet them, how do you think the male child is able to express, and how do you think the female child is able to express? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, first off, as an educator, I've been privileged to come across a couple of children, lots of children over the years, and like you rightly said, the way the boy child expresses his emotions, his feelings, is quite different from the way the girl child expresses her feelings also. Now for the girl child, they are always very free. Like the girl child they're always very expressive.
Okay.
They tend to speak up when something is not right. They are able to relate to they are really open.
Okay.
But as regards the boy child, over the years I've observed that they conform to what society tends to teach. They tend to tell them as boy child as the man. I don't know if you like being the man.
Just be strong.
Strong, exactly.
You cannot show weakness.
Exactly. So they tend weakness as mumu-ness. They are dull, or they are those sort of balance. So for the boy child, it's difficult for them to express their emotions. Difficult for them to express their feelings. They are not usually open. They always want to take everything inwards, always want to deal with everything themselves, and then they don't, at the end of the day, it becomes detrimental on the long run, because you have an issue that is bothering you, and then you don't want to talk about it with anyone because you feel you can handle it yourself, and then society has also told you to man up and be proactive in that way. So you always want to look for ways to deal with these problems that you have, and then on the long run, maybe you one problem leads to the other, and then it just builds up. And so from my observation in the over the years, I'll say the girl child expresses her emotions more and feelings more than the boy child. And like you said, you asked a question, what's the ratio of boys to girls? If we were to put that to numbers, I'd say that I think the girls have it more, but then the crux of the matter is the boy child.
So I think sorry to cut in there. I think it's because over time the society has always raised alarm around the female child, which is very good. I support that. The female children should speak up. If anybody is actually doing anything you don't want to you, please speak up. But I think we need to actually also get to a point where we educate the boy child as well to speak up. We know we have several cases of boy child being molested by aunties. We actually think that rape is only. We actually think that. Thank you. Once you hear rape, the first thing that comes to anybody's mind is just the girl. But do you know that men have been raped?
It just brings to memory. What's this girl's name? Ochin. Is it
Osinachi?
Is it Osinachi that that the case went the matter went to court or something like that? I was having a discussion with my students, right? Okay. And I was telling them, I was like speaking to them on speaking up. Okay. Right. If anything happens to you, if something happens to you as a girl child, that's because they were girls and they were boys. Okay. And I was speaking to them in general, like, okay, you're a child, you're under your parents, and then if anything happens to you, always learn to speak up. Okay. Speak up as I went to you and all of that. So I remember this boy, he's and then he made a comment that Shebi is girl. It's not affecting his girl now.
Can you just imagine?
And I was like, no, you can't say that. You can't say this. It does not just pertain to the girl child. It also pertains to the boy child.
For such a boy, even if he's been abused, if anything is happening, he will not speak up because he believes that it is just a girl that should
and then believes in my belief maybe somewhere in his mind he thinks it's normal. It's normal for a boy child to be molested, and then society plays a big role in the way we shape our boy child. So when in their teenage years, they don't have this full understanding of what sexuality in its whole essence is. So for them, it was not only one person. There were a couple of them, and they also made some like really comments that were scary. But then, so they were talking about it got to the point of sex, and then the conversation got to the point of sex, and we were just talking, and they said, "Should be the boy child will enjoy it, even if it happens." So, their mindset shifted from it happens, right? It could happen to the boy child,
so they stopped thinking of it as an abuse. To the boy will enjoy it.
At the end of the day. Can you imagine? So it's the girl that will, but the boy child he will enjoy it. Should be will enjoy it, and then he will go. And I was like, no. Rape is rape. Molestation is molestation. As much as it happens to the girl child, it also happens to the boy child. And there are stories out there. You just need to go. There are stories out there of how people carry that trauma right from their young age.
You mentioning trauma now. It's actually what I was going to talk about. It's evident that majority of our fathers, they lived with the trauma of their fathers, and somehow they have built this trauma as well in the children. Now it's as if the trauma is going from one generation to the other. It looks as if they are passing down the trauma. In your experience, right? How do you think the male child responds to trauma? You know, I've seen cases. It's easier for the, well, quote and unquote, right? It's easier for the female child to quickly shout. Let me give an example. If a girl shouts rape, 80% or 90% of everybody there believes the male child or the man or the male figure involved did it. Everybody just believe, you know.
Yes.
And over the time, this has caused the male children to just, you know, live in the shells. Let me put it that way. This one is not hiding again. They are just in the shell. You know, even if something happened and a male child is there and a female child is there, everybody will almost believe the female child. Everybody almost believes the victim is the girl. And this has actually affected a lot of male child, or now that some of them are, you know, are young adults, some are men of older generations now. How do you think, right? I know because you relate, you interact with a lot of children. How do you think that these two people, how do you think that they respond to trauma generally? It could even be, it doesn't have to be sexual abuse. It could just be just general trauma. Just general trauma. How do you think the male child is able to express trauma? I'll give an example. Let me just give an example of myself now. This is me. I'm grateful for some of these things, right? Because some of them shaped my value system in the long run. But back then, when looking at it now, because I was a child, I didn't really know anything. It was quote and unquote an abuse, right? Where you serve punishment because someone else did it and you should have been there to stop it. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I don't know if you understand. It has happened to me. I remember a case of something happened with, I think a group, one of our group in the church when we were younger, and something happened, and I was punished because I was in that company. I didn't know it. Just because I was in that company, I was confused. I didn't know why I was punished because I didn't do it. So how do you think? And since then, I try to kind of avoid trouble as much as it is. I just, once I see that you are causing trouble, I'm out. I'm out of that place because I don't want to be punished. Right now, it has affected the way I should be able to stand up for someone, even if the person is being. Do you understand? If somebody is being abused or something is happening, I should be able to stand up for that person, speak up, express myself for that, for what is happening to that person. But that has affected it. I'll just be like, see, not my concern. I just go because I don't want trouble. So how do you think that, you know, the male child responds to trauma, and how does it affect choices in life?
So I'll just start by saying, putting it out there that trauma is we're not making trauma gender based. We're not making that's clearly
trauma is not gender based. It happens to the male, it happens to the female. Yeah.
So to answer your question, I think for the male child, because the girl child has as much voice, they get people to speak up for them. They get you have campaigns and everything that for that avenues where they can easily speak up. But for the male child, not as much, if there is any, by the way. But even if there is any, it's not as much as what the girl child has rather. And so for the boy child, how he deals with trauma is just withdrawal. It withdraws. Like you said, it just stays in the shell, and that's how most boys, if not all boys, deal with trauma, deal with every traumatic experience that they go through. You just find them withdrawn, right? And so what's the last question?
Okay. I actually want to quickly take a cue from that. Okay. You know, the boys are the ones that grow to become men.
Yeah.
Do you think that some of the menaces that we see in the society today could be as a result of people who were raised with trauma?
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yes, I'd say yes. Which also boils down to family upbringing, the unit of the family. So most of the menaces we see in society today is as a result of past experiences growing up. It's as a result of you see I'm trying to quickly look for an example. Say armed robbery or a rapist. Let's stay with a rapist now. A rapist. You see, most of the times, most rapists is when if you do a deep search, if you go in deeper, you'd find out that somewhere along the line in their early childhood, they experienced such, and the way in which they were the victim. You get. So once they see it, they, like I said, they withdraw because there's nobody to talk to, and there's so what happens is it plays with their mind on the long run. It plays with their mind, and then they look at the opposite sex as just figure of object. They just objectify the opposite sex because the trauma plays with their minds, and then it just messes up with their head. And then when they grow up and they see women as what? As objects, just as toys, just to play with, and then they just do like sinister. Sometimes when I see sinister things, you see online, you see a rapist, permit me, having his way with a girl without her consent, and then you're still putting it on
the audacity to record it, the audacity to post it online
with your face,
with your face.
They don't even care.
Can you imagine?
It's me. I did it. So I think it plays the trauma at the early age plays a big role in the menace we find in society today.
Thank you so much. Actually, you have unwrapped a lot, and I think as a society, we need to do better.
Yes, we need to do better.
We need to, as much as we have raised voice for the girl child, for the women, for the female gender, we need to raise as much voice for the male gender, because lots of things are going on. Even some male children are being abused by another male child who was abused by a male. You understand? So it's a chain reaction, and there are lots of, and these are people that are growing up to become, the different things. You imagine when you hear about how a doctor will do something crazy. You understand? You are in a field where you should rescue, you should save, and you are now the one. You are now the perpetrator of the evil. I was actually reading a story. And this is not to say that all gynecologists do this, there is this current story going on around gynecologists, and why is it that male are the ones studying gynecology? As much as no one has stopped anyone from studying gynecology, right? When we now start seeing perpetrators of evil in a particular field, we should pay attention to it and begin to look what exactly is really going on, because gynecology is, to the best of my knowledge, is a woman's health. And so why are men rushing to do disclaimer, men are free to do whatever they want to do, but you just imagine that to study the private part of a man, and it's just women that are now plenty. But just like I said, a disclaimer, everyone is free to do whatever it is that they want to do. Everyone is free to study whatever it is they want to study. But what we are looking at here is a time where we don't have men who carried trauma from childhood to their profession, to their family life, career, society. We don't want that. We want a case where issues are treated. Men also deserve to be healed. Many times it seems as if our focus is on a particular gender for healing, but men need to heal as well. Men need to heal as well. I remember when I was in secondary school, and this is just personal, and this is my own experience, and I remember a teacher telling me that she doesn't think I'm going to amount to anything. Now, as a child, it sounded like a statement. But when I started life as a young man, the statement meant a lot. And for some reasons, I find strength to be able to show her that I will amount to something, right? But I could remember a day and I said, I was just a child. Why would you make such a statement to me? It doesn't even matter. I didn't do anything. It was just how I looked. Basically, it was just how I looked. So, that, like, you're not looking like you are going to, you understand? Your hair not looking and all of those things. Now, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't dressing myself. I wasn't providing clothes for myself. That wasn't my fault. You shouldn't. I was doing well in class. Even if I'm not number one in class, I wasn't far from between number 1, number 5, and number 7 thereabout. That's still a child.
Of course.
That's in a class of 40 something. You understand? So what gave you that ideology that I'm not going to amount to anything just by looking at me? That was a trauma that it made more sense to me when I was about finishing secondary school and when I gained admission into the university. That was when the effect of that word from maybe primary 3 or primary 4, that was when the effect of the word now sank in. Very many times I second guess myself. Very many times I don't take up things because I feel like, are you sure you can? Are you sure? The word just keeps coming back. It took a lot to grow out of that. I remember that in my office, we actually went for a training and we were having training around things like this and all of those things. The words came afresh and I didn't know when I started crying.
Wow.
This is me. I'm even working. I even have a family already. This is me. And the words came afresh. And I didn't know. I just started tearing. The facilitator, I had a talk with the facilitator and just like, come on, you're doing well already. You defied that statement already. So there is no problem with that. So how do we create a safe society for the male child? How do we create that point where it doesn't matter the trauma, it doesn't matter the issue, he is able to come out and say, this is what is happening. And it doesn't show like maybe he's weak or he's not man enough or he's this. How do we get to that point as a society that we are able to help the boy child? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. We are able to help him. He's able to. The Bible says that in the multitude of counsel, right?
Yeah.
That is when you have this idea, this person, you are able to sit back and say, okay, you know what? I think I can do this. But if it's just you thinking, there is safety in the multitude of counsel. Yes. That is what it is. And you see many men making wrong decisions, making decisions that killed. I tell you, I'm not going to mention names, but I know quite some people we grew up together that are dead now. And it was just decision, choices, and all of those things. It was basically decisions, choices, the kind of choice they made, the kind of decisions they took at some point. They fell into wrong hands and it led to their death. There was a time I was speaking with one of my friends. I was asking about his brother. We all grew up together. He was just telling me, oh, this person is dead. And I'm like, what? And he told me what happened. And I knew it was just because he made that decision. If he had somebody he could confide in, he would have made a better decision. You understand? So how do you think we can actually, as a society, create a safe space? Should it start from the men now? Or should we just focus on the children as a society? But don't forget that a man spends a lot of time with his children at home. Which means that if a man is still traumatized, there is a possibility the effect of the trauma is going to come to the child. Somehow, the effect of the trauma. You understand? When you see some men, when you see some children sports, it's also as a result of a trauma. Trauma of a man or parents who did not have, who felt like they could have done more, but they couldn't do because they didn't have. So they are like, you know what? I'm going to I'm going to give you everything. And then, you know, in the long run, and these are part of the things we are looking at. We are looking at it in the society, we are looking at it, the family life, we are looking at people who are able to raise a sound, a mentally sound, emotionally sound generation. Not people who are raising people from trauma. It may look as if, oh, he's providing for the child, but it's a response to trauma. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The child, the child says, I want this, buy. I want this, buy. It could actually be as a result of a response to trauma of what has happened in the past. How do you think we can actually make the society, a safe space for the man to, express and not raise children or other generations based on a trauma response?
So you just said it. You said it yourself. Really, in general, as a society, we should learn to create safe spaces for not just boys now, for even our men. Create safe spaces, and how do we do that? It's just by showing acts of kindness. One act of kindness goes a long way.
Do you have cases where, sorry to cut you.
No.
Do you have cases where a child seems like is turning bad, but an act of kindness restored the child?
Yes, recently. Okay, recently, but it's a child generally.
Okay.
This was a girl child.
Okay.
So I'm not going to mention her name obviously. So she was in school, and then we noticed that for 1 week she was not coming to school. And then I later found out that her brother had called. She stays with her sister, her brother-in-law rather. She stays with her elder sister. Her dad is late. The mom she doesn't stay with her mom. Stay with her. That's how he's married. And then they came to complain. They later came to complain that they've not seen the girl. Or she didn't come home that day, and then the next day they've not seen her. They don't know where she was, and then, so everybody like we put in effort in searching for this girl, and then we later found out that she was in an hotel.
What?
My exact reaction. And this 14-year-old.
Hotel for research or for seriously?
I'm telling you. When we later found out,
a 14-year-old.
14-year-old said she was in an hotel and all of that. It did not concern me really, because it was not from school she got missing, so it wasn't the school's business. They just came. Okay, did she come to school that day? Did she leave the school? And then we were able to provide answers as to that. But I think why I took permission from the principal of the school to be able to speak to the girl one-on-one. If they had not given me permission,
you wouldn't have been able.
So I just had to take that. So
shout out to the principal as well. Thank you for allowing that, because some people just be like, see, let them just pay their school fee and go, exactly, nothing more.
Yes.
And thank you, ma. Thank you for ma or sir. Thank you, sir, for allowing that. To be able to reshape that girl's mindset. It's a big thing. You may not understand. It's a very big thing. Thank you. Shout out to you. All right, continue.
Okay.
Continue.
And so I reached out to her after the founder. She spent 6 days in the hotel.
Wow. 6 days. 6 days.
14-year-old, and I'm like, this is the Gen Z people. So I called her. I sat there at my desk, and then we got talking, and then I told her, see, I'm not calling you to judge you or to do anything. I'm just calling because I care. I care about your future, and the way you are going about your future, if you continue this way, you would most likely end up where you don't want to. Yes. So I called her. I spoke to her. Everybody obviously Nigerian home. Everybody were already
tearing up.
So when I called her,
and that is only further going to drive her away. It's only going to further drive her away.
Just going to drive her away. She's just going to build strong heart and so I just called her. I told her, see, I'm not going to shout at you. I'm not judging you. But what you did was wrong. first off, I'll put it there. I'm telling you straight up to your face that what you did was wrong. But I'm not calling you here to judge you or
to come and give you cane,
lashes, long lash you or whatever. I want to understand why you decided to take that action, and then I'll tell you why the action you took was the wrong one. And then we talk. Maybe the girl that was not talking to anybody, if you just ask her, just say,
and then she opened up.
She opened up, and then even though the reason she gave was still not, because she said she wanted to be alone. But you're 14. You can't.
Why does she want to be alone? Actually, why does she want to be alone? What's happening? Something must have driven her to take that decision to want to be alone. Something is happening that. Something is definitely happening.
She did not want. She did not. I felt so, but she did not want to open up. I did not want to push. I did not want to push.
I hope that some days she is able to open up.
I want to be in a situation where she's the one that will now
open up.
So I just know that see, okay, no matter what it is, I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing the fact that maybe something went wrong and then you needed to be alone. It's understandable, even as adults. There are moments
sometimes we just
want to be to myself. But then you are 14, you are still a teenager, you're under someone. As much as anything. So if anything is troubling you, what you do, the next course of action is not for you to run away from home and say you want to be. So what you do is to find someone to talk to. She's your sister, for crying out loud. Speak up to your sister. I asked her a couple of questions if she was being molested.
She didn't open
up.
Okay.
But then that act of kindness, what now happened was, I noticed that after that day, she comes.
She's now free to be able to talk.
The way she relates now with me, it was different from
before.
So I just keep praying that if anything
is happening,
the truth is nothing might be happening. I feel like I've just opened that channel where if anything happens, she's going to be able to freely and confide and then speak up. So I just think in general anyway, we should just learn to be kind. We should learn to love one another. From a believer's perspective also. The Bible says you cannot claim to love God and then hate your fellow man. It's not possible. So we should always have the open heart to people around us, whether either child or adult.
Okay. All right. So we're rounding up, right? I want to talk about choices for men. Choices for men. The society believes that. I remember when I told someone I studied microbiology. You're not a woman now. And in my head, I'm like, hello. I know men study engineering, men study physics. So, do you think that somehow in the choices of life, I'm going to talk about it. Sometimes it seems as if women thrive in the career-wise right now. It feels as if women thrive in certain things and the men are just struggling, right? Could it be that men were not permitted or allowed to make choices? Because just like I said, now, for example, while I'm growing up, I love to draw. I remember that back then, I could just look at our street. I don't know if you know something in FA called perspective, right? I could just look at our street and I would draw the houses, I would draw everything as I love it, but I was discouraged from it. I was discouraged. Like, what are you? You are just drawing. Do you understand? I was actually asked to study medicine. I really never loved medicine at all. Not that it's bad. I've just never been that. So I opted for microbiology, something that looks like it's similar to it was microbiology I put in for. It was microbiology I got. It wasn't anything. Do you think that the same trauma we're talking about, trauma responses, also limit the choices and opportunities for men Do you think it does? Because you have now been told you study engineering, you study mathematics, you study statistics. Those are courses for men. Civil engineering, men. You know, if you are a man, you go and study food tech or food. Look at what are you doing? Why are you studying food? And so, do you want to be cooking in the kitchen and all of those things? Do you think that this affects the choices men make and the effect also on the society?
Yes, I think it does. It does affect the choices men make. And then I'll just give quick shout out to adults and parents and guardians that understand that the work that the man does not define what the man is or who the man is, right? I know a handful of young children that went and studied seemingly feminine courses, and they are now they are done, and now they are doing well in that field, right? So shout out to everyone out there allowing their children pursue their dreams, do what they love, do what they want to do. Shout out to you. So, to answer your question, I think that it affects society, affects the way the choices that the male child takes in shaping their future. Like you rightly said, you see the one male children are the ones doing to do the engineering courses. They are the ones to do the physics courses. All these that looks like you say it's for boys. They are the ones that, but then I feel like it should not be like I said earlier. The work of a man, the work that the man does should not define who he is. He is a man first off, right? He is a man. God has made him a man. So he's a man first off. And then every other thing that he does is just qualification, the qualification and addendum to who that man is. So so to answer your question briefly, just the society it affects. It does affect. Yeah.
Okay, so that means actually as a society we have a work to do. We need to do better. We need to take time to study. Even not just the boy child right now. Everybody, every child, not just the male child. Every child, study them, know what they want to do, guide them. You are their guardians. You are not the person saying this is what you must do. You guide them. You do.
Be good role models to our young ones.
All right. Okay. So I just want you to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring the invitation. We have learned so much. We have learned so much from you. We have seen also what is happening to these young adults. We've seen the repercussion, and we've seen how it affects not just the children, also the older ones. Because we might think, the children. There are lots of old people that are keeping trauma, keeping a lot of issues. They just don't have anybody to go and talk to. They don't have anybody to say, see, this is happening. Even a man is not allowed in his career to feel as if things are not. You are not allowed to. You just have to be on top of it. Men switching careers, you hardly find it. Men actually just stay. You just stay and but a woman can tell you she worked in a bank, she worked in a school, she has gone from here to here, and now, just like I said, it is not a man versus woman battle. It is just, let us create a safe space for men, such that we have a balanced, mentally developed men. That's the goal, that's the idea. We have balanced, mentally developed men, not people who live by pressure, by stereotypes, not people like that. People who can say, see, I've been in the banking system for so years. I don't think it's working for me. I think I want to deviate to this place. I think I have more interest around there. He's able to speak freely about it. He's able to say what he wants to say. We're able to look at it from his perspective. We're able to look at it, you understand, without judging, without anything, you understand. We're able to see from that. All right, thank you so much. So if there's going to be a parting word from you to the young adults, to not just the young adults, to also adults now, because there are men who are actually going through things they cannot open up to people, or they don't feel safe to open up about these things. So what do you think is your parting word for people like that who are in this category?
So I'll start off with young people, right? So I'm encouraging you right now to learn to speak up. You own your voice, right? So always learn to speak up, no matter what it is. It might not seem like it's something that is not serious to you, but then if you open up, you see the seriousness of whatever you are going through. So always learn to speak up. Always have somebody you are able to confide in, a trusted person. Put it out there also. Yeah. Somebody you can trust. Yeah. And I always
trusted person.
Trusted person.
Yes, not just anybody.
Not just anybody. And to young people, your parents are your first. They are your first people to go to. They are your go-to people.
Okay.
You should be free to engage your parents, either your mother or your father. Engage them, trust in them, confide in them, discuss anything with them. No sane parent will want to see a child going astray or something that's not, and then keep quiet. They will always take actions to rectify whatever. So always learn to speak up. Have someone you confide in. And then for adults out there, I'd say we should learn to create safe spaces. Safe spaces for our young ones growing up. Right? We should not become vultures, and then we take advantage of these young people. Let's create safe spaces for them where they are able to express themselves, and we don't judge. We don't run to the internet to post No, that's not our first. That's not our first point of action. Our first point of action is to help them out of whatever situation they're going to. And so that's I just believe. Yeah, that's my.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been eye opening having you here. Coming from the perspective of the children, coming from the perspective of adults as well. I'm also just going to put it out there, right? As men, speak up, learn to speak up, learn to be vulnerable, learn it, don't die. We have a lot of, statistics actually shows it that we have more widows than widowers. It means that a lot of men are dying. And one of the things that causes them to die, pressure. They just, there is just that. So yes, you want to meet up with everything, the family, the society, everything is just there. Learn to speak up. When the pressure is much, speak up. When the pressure is much, speak up. Let's create that safe space where we don't have to end everything in death. We don't have to end everything dying. Speak up. And when you speak up, ensure that you take advices from trusted people. How basically advise, find God. I'm going to advise you, find God. Now, there is something finding God does for people generally. This is not just about a man. There is something finding God does for people generally. It gives you a community as well. Finding God gives you a community. So you now have a community of people that you can lean on. You can always speak about things going on. Thank you for coming on the show once again. We hope that we're able to have you some other time. We want to discuss further things, concerning the male child in the society and how it helps. It helps build a society that does not have perpetrators of evil. You understand? We are looking at where men come out to be men, not by using force, not in all of those ways, but taking charge, taking charge in a right way, without trauma, without trauma responses, without trauma triggers or anything. Another thing I'm going to say is, please let us normalize healing for men as well. Let us normalize healing for them. Many men were abused as a child. Many did not heal. That's just the truth. They did not heal. they are just growing up and managing the abuse like that. It doesn't have to be sexual abuse. Sometimes it's emotional abuse, either from parents, aunties. Some boys grew up with aunties that have sown words of discouragement. They second guess themselves at everything. When they are asking for the best of the best, they don't even think they can be the best of the best. They just feel like, best of the best. Do you understand? Let us normalize healing for men. When, as they are doing that, they will also grow into that space as a man that is healed and able to also communicate healing to other people in the society. So once again, thank you for coming. It's very nice to have you here. And so this is the end of the show today. Thank you all for joining us. Leave your comments. What are your thoughts about the boy child's mental health? What are your thoughts about it? Leave your comment in the section. Don't also forget to follow us, to like and to share and to comment, and also subscribe. You see that subscribe button? Yes, subscribe, so that every other time we have conversations like this, you are there. You are also lending your voice. We are learning from you. You can share an experience with us. You can share something that has happened in the past and how it helped you move past a particular trauma in your life and how you are able to heal. So you can just share you can share your view with us. All right, till next time we meet again. This is the Journey Podcast. Thank you for coming around.